It's week 5 of the NFL, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He's coming off a game where he had the hot hands, over 160 yards receiving. It's the Lions and the Pats on EA Sports.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense, and, of course, leading them for his second season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man in his 23rd NFL season. Still doing it at age 45, Tom Brady.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Brady. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Brady. Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A run with a 2nd-year man. That's Ramondre Stevenson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now Jones. Finding Williams once more, complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Brady. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 14. He's got some room to operate. And in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Flushed out right. Chase Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Straight ahead at Stevenson. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Automatic first down.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A first down carry for Henry. Down at the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 25 on 2nd down, Brady. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Automatic first down.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now Brady. He's got it. Touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history will ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Jarwin.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Jones throwing on first down. Pass incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Looking deep now for Amendola. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
On the return is Williams.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Brady now on first down. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And in for the Lions touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket, beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on second and long. Brady. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Brady. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin with an interesting one in the AFC. The Chargers heading east to take on Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. From there, we head to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question.
Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Taken in at the 3. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, it's Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Henry up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's Swift, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. This to Jarwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Foxborough. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Jones now on 1st and 10. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Amendola's got it, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again.
This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Jones throw here pulled in by Beasley.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Piñeiro's extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Brady now on first down. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Here's Brady. It's Myers again with another catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Brady. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Boswell for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. New England's offense set to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Now Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing Jones. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Brady going to throw here. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry the... Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Detroit, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New England, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.